Welcome back, Chiari Warriors. Just wanted to give another update. If you're new here, I had my surgery April 19th of this year of 2021. I was 18, had an 18 millimeter Chiari, and my neurosurgeon referred me to the Mayo Clinic, and Dr. Chichana at the Mayo Clinic here in Jacksonville did my surgery. If you're some people I see in Florida are asking, where would you go or where could I go? I'm willing to travel. If you're willing to travel, and if you can, your insurance will let you go to the Mayo Clinic. This guy is amazing. His bio reads as you know, graduated from Johns Hopkins, did his residencies there. He's on so many different boards for just so many different. He's just so involved with so many different things dealing with the brain, and Chiari is one of his specialties. He's great with his explanations. Didn't feel like I've heard some people on the Chiari boards feel like their Chiari doctor talked down to them, or just was rude and disrespectful. This guy is just, he's young. He looks like he's all of about maybe 30, 33, 35 tops, but I don't know how old he is. Actually, I've never really researched it. I guess I could if I wanted to, but it just struck me as for somebody so young, but he's so, he's very clear. He explains everything in a way that you understand it. He, has no issues with questions. So I guess this is for my, Florida Chiarians out there. If you're looking for a doctor, I'll put his link in the comments, or not the comments section, in the description section, so you can go check him out. I wanted to just a couple things. This week was the first time that I was actually able to, when I left the gym, take my shirt and just kind of, rip it like that, straight up over the back of my head, right over the incision without any discomfort, or actually I didn't even think about it when I did it. I got home from the gym, and my shirt was soaked, and so it was kind of clinging to me, and it just rubbed all the way up, and I was like, oh, wow, I just ripped my shirt right off over my head, and no issues. So the area will, start to be a little less sensitive to the touch, obviously, is where I was trying to go with that. I still, when I'm, brushing my hair and, brushing back there, I still don't feel, confident. Just, I always get back there and I always find myself gingerly, going along, because I just don't want I don't want to say bristles, but, I also want the brush to, catch the incision. I don't think it could hurt anything, but that was kind of, something that I had, I'd always been, sliding my shirt off, bringing my arm in like this, because I was just, really concerned about doing that. So, if you've had your surgery and, you're wondering, I wore tank tops during my post-op recovery. I wore a lot of tank tops just because, it was a lot easier to get the tank top off over my head, because there's such a bigger opening there. But so I wanted to mention that. I've seen a couple other questions on the boards, one involving the coof and the jab. I've got to use code here so the YouTube algorithm thing won't flag me. But my doctor basically told me I'd had the first jab about a month before my surgery, and then he just suggested that I wait until a month after my surgery before I got the second one. and I've mentioned this in another video, but I can't wear a covering. So, I wear a face shield because the covering would cause me to have have dizzy spells, or would cause them to occur a little more often. They weren't nearly as bad, and they haven't been nearly as bad as what they were. In fact, I had a real minor one at the gym today, but it was just like, I was talking to a friend of mine, he's a Chiefs fan, and we were discussing, what we thought about the game today, and I said, did you notice that? And he was like, notice what? And so, I mean, he didn't even notice that I, had one, and because, people could pick up on that stuff when I was having 10 to 15 a day. So, so you still, I still get some very, very minor ones, but it's like my doctor said, and I've already said this in a couple other videos, so I'll just try to make this quick. But it's like the old piano sitting on the carpet. When you move the piano, the carpet's still got the indentations where the legs were, and it takes a while for the carpet to come back. So it'll take a while for your head to get used to having a normal flow of CSF back there in the back of your head after decompression surgery. Saw somebody who was going back to work after 7 weeks, so that's awesome. That's the same time frame that I could have gone back to work, but as a teacher, they will not. Where I teach here in Florida, they will not let you return unless there's 3 weeks left in the school year. There wasn't 3 weeks left, so I ended up not being able to officially go back to work after week 9. Another question I saw was, once the stitches are out, is it past the point of getting infected, or could it still get infected? My doctor told me, it could still get infected, but the chances of that happening after the stitches come out it's not likely. Because he told me, sometimes after I had surgery, I came home and I was sitting, in my chair, and I had a pillow that I would rest my head on, and I got up and just put my hand back there, and it's like there's fluid here, and there was a little bit of pus coming out, and it was on the pillow, and he said that happens about 3% of the time. When I got the stitches out, he said that the chances of it becoming infected he said he couldn't really even give a percentage, but he said it's like less than 1% is what I gathered from him. So that could still happen. Other than that, don't really have any other updates to give. Things are going well. Just when you're going back to work, just remember not to push yourself too hard, too quick. Because your body's, you've had major surgery, and you're going to be down for, a good month and a half. Now, the younger you are, the faster you usually bounce back. He said usually recovery time is 4 to 6 weeks. If you're in your 30s or younger, you're back by week 4. You're ready to go. You still need to take things easy. But when you're down for so long, and you're not doing a whole lot of anything because it hurts to move your head and whatnot, and in the first couple of weeks you're on so many meds to where you take meds and you sleep, and that's pretty much how that works. But I'm back to work, teaching 4th grade. I have 24 students in each class, so they keep me on my toes, but everything's going well. Just try to take care of myself. I think drinking plenty of fluids is helpful. Not that, I don't know if that really has anything to do with it, but I just try to make sure that I'm keeping my my water intake, trying to get 64 ounces a day, and I take a little vitamin medley of zinc, vitamin C, and B12, and a multivitamin. Probably don't need the multivitamin, but I just have always done that to try to avoid, getting sick. This is before pre-coof. Okay, I've been doing this for years, and that it seems to help. So with avoiding catching bugs and stuff like that. But I hope this video was helpful. If you're new here, please click the subscribe button. Subscriptions will really help, because when I get to 100, 100,000 would be nice. I'd settle for 1,000 right now, which would allow my videos to pop up in the up next category on YouTube, and it would allow me to reach more people. For those of you that have thanked me on Facebook and some of the other Chiari boards, I appreciate it. I try to respond to all your comments on YouTube, but for those of you that have commented on Facebook, I've tried to always do the little like thing or whatnot. But I appreciate your comments. It's nice to know that this is helping. If there is something that you have another question about or whatnot, and you don't feel like combing through all my videos, because I do think my videos are helpful, and my wife is also she was involved in the recording process the first few weeks after surgery, because I felt it would be nice to have that caregiver perspective. So if you're a caregiver and you're wanting to know how it might impact you, you might want to go back and watch some of those videos, because she gives some good information about how it affected her, because it is going to affect your primary caregivers, because this is life changing for the patient, but it's also it's going to change the life of the person that is going to be taking care of you for 4 to 6 weeks. But anyhow, this is going a lot longer than I want to. It's going to take an eon to upload. But if you do have any questions, concerns, please drop them in the comment section. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, share it with your friends out there. And until next time, my fellow Chiari warriors, stay strong. I'll see you.